I did not think I'd have any time to do any recordings tonight, but, well, I do. So, eldRL by OW. Welcome to eldRL, an entry for DFuxa 2025, inspired by Elden Ring and Lost Flame. In this game, fight enemies in a randomly generated world, collect loot, and challenge a boss to claim victory. Controls: WASD, arrow keys, numpad 4862 to move, space enter, numpad 5 to wait in place, or pick up an item in the tile you're in. I to open close inventory, space enter to use equip items. In this gem entry, you can face one class, one enemy, and one boss. Currently, there are issues with the HTML version. Please download it if you can. As of right now, eldRL is considered complete. In regards to having a playable and finishable game, unfortunately, I as a developer missed out on adding a lot of things I initially want to, primarily variety in combat and content. Additionally, for full transparency, in regards to the 7.0 restrictions, some of the code was adapted from previous TRA traditional relic projects grid movement FO view. However, the core of the game, comments, items, and enemy design is fully original to this game jam. Some pixel art assets are by Algornoon 3000 under a non-commercial license, which the game is. Go.engine and community for its lovely engine. So it's just him who basically made it. Let's see what he got for us. I've got the downloadable game ready to go. And note there's also another game right here. I haven't been able to get this one working just yet, but you know, I'll review it at some point. But you might see this for a few videos. We'll see. AVG says its thing. Alright, new game. I am DFuxa. It's mercenary, hunter, apprentice, so it says it's mercenary right now because nothing else is available. Alright, I've got 10 HP, 5 SP, and 5 MP. And there's a fire right there. I can use numpad 4862, so let's use the cursor keys here. I can't move there, okay. Space, you pick up the arrow. You pick up the chainmail armor. Okay, so I picked up armor. Did it say anything about like inventory equipment stuff? Yes, there's an inventory of I, so there we go. There's no information on what this stuff basically does, by the way, so oh well. I'm gonna look around a little bit before I do anything, just yet, so I picked up a health flask. I don't have a weapon yet, so it makes more sense for me just to run around looking for a weapon, I think, first, so let's do that. I seem to be faster than the enemies too, by the way, so So they can attack each other, apparently. I don't see any stairs or anything like that, so... Well, let's look around here for a weapon, I guess. For some reason my game just froze, by the way. Also notice it's bigger than my, like, my screen here, so there's that too. Yep, my game seems to have frozen, so there may be technical issues with the game. Nope, let's try again. New game. Let's just be player, because why not? Just jump back into it. Alright, there we go. We load up. There's a mana flask. There's chainmail armor again. It could just be there is no weapons around, by the way, and I have to fight them barehanded to get their weapons or something like that, so that could be a thing. There's an enemy down there. More chainmail armor. I mean, why not? We'll pick it up until I have no use for it, I guess. Now I'm scouting the edge of the terrain because, there might be a passage leading off somewhere, so... There's the way down to the next area, I guess. Alright, let's try fighting a guy here. So he's got full plate armor. Now here's the problem. I don't basically know what these values basically indicate, so I guess I get more HP from that. Okay. So I killed an enemy. Okay, we got his item. He had an arrow for me. The message log is fine, by the way, but it feels a little bit long. Just because, like, it's going, like, over half my screen here. I don't mind long message logs, but I mean, it should be a little bit, like, smaller, I think. There's leather armor. I picked up leather armor here. Okay, here's down here. So basically, armor just gets you more and more health. And I guess there isn't any ability to sort of drop from your inventory, so probably isn't a feature. There's a health flask. Here I thought I was supposed to look around for a weapon first, but you know, I guess we're supposed to clonk the enemies real fast, and it's like, you know, that's how that goes. I'm noticing holding down my keys and making me like sprint across the screen, so a little annoying. More chainmail armor. I'm noticing a lot of player you know, never mind. If I saw solar accelerators, but so much like text here to go through for the message log, it's a little overwhelming. So they could definitely stand to have a little bit less message log. There's something in there to fight, but let's just look around for stuff first. That guy seems to be hanging out in there, so this is Gallagher, the spoiled Wrath. No stamina. Smoke begins to nip at the edges of the arena. You are beginning to irritate me, miserable wretch. I am king of this land. Away with you. By your hand, Gallagher spoiled Rafe is slain. Congratulations. Is he the boss? Is that the game? Around the giant world, collect loot, challenge the boss to claim victory. So, I guess that's it. I mean, that took me about 15 minutes. That's not very much. Just to throw it out there. I was going to do a quick reload to see if I can basically see a weapon, pop up or not. Like, I basically went through that with no weapons, so... Why not? We're putting a full plate armor right now, so max health right away. I want to see if there's any weapon spawns. It's basically armor spawns, but... No, let's let this guy hit me. He only did 1 damage, apparently, so... Not much. I am not impressed with it, the lack of damage these guys are inflicting on me. There's the fire where we started. So we got the arena where the boss is going to be. There's more full plate armor. I mean, the developer might have been trying to make the game more. Make a great mistake coming here. It should be a last. He may be trying to just show the system or anything else. Okay, so you don't heal much from that stuff. Let's see how much this hurts, if at all. He attacked me for 1 damage there, so whatever. Yeah, I'm not really satisfied with how little damage this guy's basically doing to me. It feels like I'm basically able to sort of just tank this guy until he dies, right? So, boom, he's dead. All right, well, that's eldRL. Very dissatisfactory for how short it basically is, and lacking, but whatever. Not much more saying that, so take care.